This is Joe again with another review. Like I promised in my last video, I'm going to be discussing the brand new Sharknado movie, which is called Sharknado 3. Oh hell no! And that was my reaction when I found out there was going to be a third movie. And as a matter of fact, it's going to be a fourth one coming up, which we're going to get to at the end of the review. Of course, this one, of course, was almost the same cast, and it did kind of amp up. In the second movie, I felt like kind of amped up the campiness because of the unbelievable success of the first Sharknado movie, which came out in 2013. Now we're 2 years later, and all of a sudden there's going to be another Sharknado, and this time they also kind of amped up the campiness a little bit. Because this one starts Anzig, Tara Reid. You also have, I forgot who played Nova in it, but you're going to have her in this. Again, making an appearance in this one, and she didn't make an appearance in the second movie for some reason. And you also have a bunch of, like you had in the second movie, a bunch of cameos. You had Bo Derek playing Terry's mother. You had David Hasselhoff playing Ian Zierik's father. You have you had Al Roker and Matt Lauer. You had Kathy Lee and Holder from the Today Show. You had oh shoot! So many cameos. You think you even had Harvey Levin from TMZ and the People's Court. So you had a bunch of cameos in this thing. They did and also amped up the campiness, and of course they mostly amped up the action in this one. Because almost right away they amped up. You know it's going to be camp fest galore. Because you had at the very beginning, you kind of have Ian Ziering spoofing the opening of every James Bond movie that ever came out. Of course, within the zoom in camera thing, and begin with Sean Connery or Roger Moore or Daniel Craig, whoever happened to be playing James Bond, working in the middle of this frame shot like this. Instead of having a gun, James Bond had fight one shot. Ian Ziering has this chainsaw. And of course, that's how it starts off the movie. Of course, forgot to mention one other cameo. We had Ann Coulter, who was conservative, right away a whole bunch of bucks, being the vice president of the United States. You also have Mark Cuban being the president, and Ann Coulter being the vice president, which is kind of funny. Hey, Ann Coulter is the vice president of the United States. I mean, they really emptied the campiness and the cameos in this thing. There's no way in hell will Ann Coulter be vice president of the United States. Because this country is so anti-Republican now, it's ridiculous. Anyway, this movie starts off with Ian Ziegler's character in Washington D.C. getting the Presidential Medal of Freedom for saving the people in New York and in L.A. from the Sharknadoes in the two previous films. So he's being honored, and all of a sudden, since he's there, of course, what the hell? We have another Sharknado wherever Ian Zierik's at. We have another Sharknado. So this one attacks there's even one shark that actually landed in the lap of the Abraham Lincoln in the Lincoln Memorial. Not kidding. And also destroyed the White House and destroyed the Washington Monument. They were broken in half. And it's kind of like almost like Independence Day when the White House got destroyed. Everybody was cheering when the White House got destroyed. You can see the same thing here with the White House being destroyed by a Sharknado. So oh crap, here we go again. Here we go again, type thing. And his family, his wife, and it's not quite sure in the third one if he married Tara Reid's character, but Tara Reid was pregnant with the third kid, and of course they were in Universal Studios in Florida. It's going to make a joke because it's going to make the whole joke thing with Jaws. which they kind of do in this movie, because it was a picture of Jaws, because Universal owns the rights to Jaws, at least the movie versions, and you see people posing with the actual shark, the shark nails and stuff. And there's one particular scene where a guy poses in front of the what's supposed to be the fake Jaws, but meanwhile, it was like an actual shark, and this guy got eaten up by the shark. Which, of course, you always the fun part of these Sharknado movies, even though they are campy and they're silly and these movies should not have worked at any level whatsoever because the plot is stupid. The action sequences are terrific, and I also do kind of like the special effects, even though you can say the special effects are too cheesy for this type of a format. But it's fun. I mean, this movies are fun. I mean, it's stupid and as lame as and as cheesy as these Sharknado movies are. They're fun to watch. The reason why it's fun to watch because it's kind of like what I guess the Sharknado movies of this generation is what my generation we grew up watching the Friday the 13th movies and the Halloween films because you always wanted to see who's going to get killed by Jason in the Friday the 13th movies or Michael Myers in the Halloween films because you always wanted to see which stupid idiot is going to get killed. So you want to see that. I want to see that, and of course you do see that. There's one particular scene which is hilarious. Um, of course, Universal Studios is kind of near where Daytona is, the famous racetrack, the Daytona racetrack. So they had two NASCAR racing cars on display in the Universal Studios lot. So what happened was the Ian Ziemings they steal one of the cars, and one of the workers who you met earlier in the film, she gets really pissed off that they're stealing the car. You're stealing the car, you're gonna cost me my job. I'm gonna have to worry about losing my job. And then all of a sudden, here comes the shark Ian and said, now she doesn't worry about a job now she has to worry about being dead. which is hilarious because you saw her getting killed. But as soon as she gets in, as soon as she was whining about losing her job because it's stealing the cars, and all of a sudden, she gets it from the she gets eaten by a shark, which is which is hilarious. It's so funny, and and of course the reporters who are reporting on this also saw them also getting eaten up by a shark. And one of them happened to be Harvey Levin from, like I said earlier, from TMZ and from from the People's Court shows. He gets eaten up by a shark. And went, yeah, Harvey got it. I wonder if they gave him crap for his co-workers at TMZ. Whether they're going to give him crap from getting eaten up by a shark. Which to me would be funny because Harvey Levin's annoying anyway. I'm a lawyer. Well, now you're shark bait. Harvey, you are now shark bait. Now, of course, the best part of it is that Matt Lauer and Al Roker, along with Savannah Guthrie from the Today Show, they all got eaten up in this movie. I know, spoiler, but unfortunately, the two more annoying people on Today Show don't get eaten. That's Kathy Lee and Holler Kofi. They do not get eaten. I wish they would, because they are extremely annoying people. You want the more annoying people. Who knows? Maybe they get eaten in the fourth movie. I hope. And they have the fourth one. Of course, it really gets ridiculous because they were trying to figure out how the hell they're going to beat the Sharks this time. And like I said earlier, Nova, who was the Nova character who was in the first film, returns in the third film. And of course, you always wonder what happened to her. Well, at first she didn't have anything to do with Finn, the Zane character, because of what happened in L.A. with the first Sharknado in L.A. So what she decided to do was, after she thought about it, she hooked up with Frankie Muniz of all people, and to become like a shark hunter. She comes across as a combination of Mad Max and Blade. The vampire hat from the movie series that Wesley Snipes started, and come a combination of Mad Max and Blade. All the weapons and the battle van they made up. I thought it was really cool. And Nova is hot. Which I'm glad she returned. She need a hot babe. I don't think Tara Reid is hot enough to be for this thing. Um, anyway, they brought her back, which I thought was great, and considerably she became a shark hunter because of what happened before the previous movies. So so she was really kicking butt, and of course what really upped up the cheesy factor and the campy factor is the fact that they wanted to make a bomb like they did in the first movie to disperse the Sharknadoes, and the Sharknadoes is so big, and it's about like 2 or 3 Sharknadoes are merging in Florida, and they feel like that one or two bombs, the bombs they had made up in the first movie, they're not going to do the job in this one. They sent them bigger, so they figured, hey, why don't we use the space shuttle? And said, and because hey, dumbass, that Obama shut down the stupid Muslim in the White House. He shut down the space shuttle program. But then they took one out on a mothball, like a secret mission thing. And that's how David Hasselhoff got into it. And he played Ian Zieng's father, and he came out with this pilot the space shuttle. They piloted the space shuttle, and the rocket boosters would burn up the shark nano wall. That didn't work. So they said, okay, we're going to do the Star Wars thing. And Ian Ziering says, wait a minute, I thought they shut the program down years ago. I thought it was never made up. I said, well, it was hooked up. We never hooked it up, but it's all installed. And they satellites, so they hooked it up. David Hasselhoff had to do a spacewalk, hook it up, but he didn't have enough fuel on the space shuttle to go back for him. So now he's out of space, and of course the lasers worked, destroyed all the Sharknadoes, killed whatever sharks happened to get in the way, and unfortunately all the sharks came into space. And it's bad enough to see the sharks flying in the air on the ground, no, on Earth. Now they're coming out. Now because of this laser beam, now they're flying out into space and destroying the space. They went off to David Hasselhoff, which is a good thing. Baywatch ended almost 20 years ago, guys. So come on, destroy the space shuttle, and of course, guess what? Big fucking surprise. Tara Reid got eaten by a shark. So of course, what Ian Ziering does, of course, he gets into the shark. And surprisingly, there's no way this should work. The shark comes in a re-entry, and of course, what happened was the Ian Ziering cut his way out, cut the wife out, go to the different shark, gets the wife out, gets the baby out because Tara Reid was pregnant, so the baby got born in flight on the shark. And I mean, you can't make up how campy this thing is. I mean, it was so silly. It's like you have to suspend your disbelief here, folks, for all of these Sharknado films, especially the third one. And then the baby comes out of the side of the shark, and then they said, okay, great, looks like we finally won another Sharknado battle. And then all of a sudden, a piece of the space shuttle comes down, and looks like it's going to kill Tara Reid's character. And that's literally how the third movie ends. And then of course they're happy for the fourth movie. And they said, okay, from the beginning of the fourth movie, will she die or won't she die? And encouraging you to Twitter your vote for hashtag April lives or April dies. And also, you go on the Sci-Fi Channel website and you vote that way if you want Tara Reid's character to live or die. Please vote for her to die because she's a lousy actress. But the movie itself is so cheesy. I mean that's why these movies are fun. And even though as stupid as these movies are, and how campy it is, it's kind of like the old Batman TV series in the '60s. It's campy as hell, but fun to watch. Um, and again, the Sharknado movies brought that back again, because these movies are cheap. They're all made with special effects. So they're great. I don't have all that much of a problem with special effects. I know the Review King guy. I have seen his reviews on the Sharknado series, and he doesn't like the special effects on it because you know they're fake. I mean, hello? I mean, it doesn't take a genius to figure out sharks. There's no such thing as a Sharknado anyway, so whatever effects they put into it, you know it's going to be fake. So it's not believable effects anyway. It's not a believable story. Uh, so to have all this stuff, it's just fun to watch. The Sharknado movies are fun to watch as much as camp factor it is, because it's entertaining enough, especially when the action comes at you hard and heavy, and you're also trying to have a little fun trying to figure out who's going to get eaten by the sharks and who's going to make cameos in it. Especially when the first movie became a hit, so you want more and more people making cameos in these movie series. So you want to see who's going to make a cameo in it, number one. And number two, which ones of these cameos is going to get eaten by the sharks. Which of course is what everybody wants to see, who's going to get eaten by the sharks. And that's what I wanted to see. You saw Harvey Levin get eaten by a shark, you wish that Mark Cuban get eaten by a shark, being president. And Coulter, no. See, the guy who made the thing was a Republican because he didn't have the shark eat Ann Coulter. But there was a pretty cool scene where she's on one of the portraits of like George Washington, I think, and she's going down the steps, surfing down the steps to avoid the sharks. I thought that was so fun. As soon as when you hit the laugh, you have to laugh when you watch these movies because that's how silly some of this action stuff is. But it's silly as it is. It's fun at the same time, and that's why I think these movies are fun. Um, I know I didn't compare the old Batman TV series, but it's like almost like a modern version of the an old Batman TV series about how campy it is, how silly it was. So is the Sharknado movies. I mean, if you want to, relax for 2 hours and watch this movie, it's fine. You don't have any problem. I actually don't know what the ratings are for these movies yet, or the first showing of Sharknado 3. But I'm sure all these movies have a big following anyway. And I think even Ian Ziering, I think, is having fun with these movies, even though it's I think when Ian Ziering did the first movie, he thought it was stupid. I thought it was a payday for him. And it was. It was like a payday for the guy. And then when it became a big hit, I said, "Oh God, I'm going to make a second one." And I think in the third one, he tried to make it a little more serious. At least his acting was. I mean, his character was not. Even though Ian Ziering did have fun at times during 90210, and you could tell that his personality. And so this one, he was trying to be, the main characters, him, Tara Reid, and the ones who play his kids, plus Nova, trying to all take this stuff seriously, but everyone else is like upping the camp factor, and everyone else around them. It was perfectly fine, but it's, like I said earlier, these movies are. Sharknado 3 was, oh hell no. It's fun. As a matter of fact, I said, oh hell no, when I found out it was going to be this movie, the third one. And I said, oh hell no, when I found out it was going to be a fourth one. You say, "Oh hell no, Part 2." For Sharknado 4, because what the hell is going to come up with the subtitle for the fourth one? Because oh crap, here we go again for the fourth time. Uh, but of course, at least in this movie, in Sharknado 3, at least they came up with the old-fashioned horror movie motif by killing the black guy first, which is like the old stereotype from the old '80s slasher movies. The black guy gets it first. They did that in this one. The black guy got it first. But at least I'm glad that some of the annoying characters got attacked by the sharks in this one. So that's a review of Sharknado 3. Oh hell no. Please click on the video, please rate it, feel free to comment on. Please subscribe to my channel, and please forward this video onto your Facebook pages. And also you can check out all my videos on my YouTube channel. Plus, you can check out my videos on rowdyc.com. It's all on WDY.com. You can also check out the TV trash reviews as well. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time.